Hello and welcome to yet another devlog for my game Pirates Inc. I'm Matt Works. I make YouTube videos occasionally about making games. Occasionally. So let's get into what have I done in the past many months since the last devlog. First of all, I was working on another project which took me 8 months, which I just scrapped because I don't like it. So now we're back into the Pirates, and I love this game. I love the idea for this game, and it's gonna be a great game when I finish it. It's a win. I promise. The first thing I did is, make a new project file and start redoing everything. The first thing I really want to do is get some structure into this game, because it's like this video recording. It's very unstructured. I was confused when I started the game. It's not very good. So now I wanted to make a clean slate project, which I can work on. And now I have a lot of time because, well, I finished high school and So let's get into the redoing things. I had to first remake the world scene. It's basically where you have the main boat, and then you have the commercial boats, which you can hijack. You have them go like this, from bottom to top. But I wanted to change it, because I wanted to make everything go sideways. So I first of all made that, which is great, which is awesome. It was easy, you know, a couple squares for sprites, because who's gonna tell me otherwise, you know? And then I needed to make the chase. How does one chase a boat? Well, you have your mothership. Your mothership carries the hijackers, and the hijackers go from the mothership, and when they get to the cargo ship, or whichever commercial ship you're chasing, you go into the chase scene, and then I'll explain it later. So I had to make that, which was easy, right? Yeah. Now we're on to the chase scene, which I redid entirely, again, which is the second time. Thank you for chilling out. Like the video, subscribe, all that. Also, I have a Fiverr if you need music for your game or something like that. It's down in there in the description. I make music. It's great. Bye. So how did the old chase scene work? Well, basically, you had your chaser. That's how I call it. That's the boat that goes hijacks. So basically, before, you had like 3 lanes and your chaser in the middle. You can make the chaser in the builder. We'll get to it later. It goes up and down only. You dodge obstacles, you destroy other pirate boats, you get to the end. At the end, there's the ship you were hijacking, get the money. But I don't like that. So I did it again. This time, you have your chaser. It goes up and down wherever you go, how much it's on lanes, it's good. And then it goes forwards and backwards slowly. And there's the ship, it's in front of you. It's close, you know? There's no obstacles. So you might say, well, that's easy. It's not. You still have the pirates with guns on your boat. That's great, but why? Because, well, the boat has its own pirates. It has defenders. You basically have to rush. You destroy the defenders. You get to the end of the boat where there's a ladder. You climb up. You're not going to actually climb up. You just win. So I finished that. It was very easy. And now we head into the new builder. Now we get into the builder. So I have to explain to you the basic gameplay loop I envisioned for the game, which was, you have your mothership. You go around hunting other companies' boats. You get money from that. That makes those companies lose value. You can, through time, buy companies. Let's say that's like a company that makes hulls or weapons, and then you hunt their ships. Their value goes down. You buy the company, and you can then research those weapons and those hulls or engines or whatever you want. Basically, that's the gameplay loop. So this is voiceover Mad. I have to fill in because the audio got corrupted. The reason why I had to redo the builder is because of the research. I had to keep it in mind this time, because the old builder wasn't very scalable. So basically the only thing I did is that I made it so the modules for research add themselves by code. So I could just put them on a list, and later I could add researched things on that list and they would display. So that's it. That's the voiceover. Bye. But you know how Unity is? It can't just work. It's Unity. It has to throw something in there for you to get angry at and hold your head. So basically, I had this problem where it positions the modules for research very well on the second time. But on the first time, after the list being modified, it's like this. I don't know why. You just stop the game, start it again, and it works. Well, it works great. I don't know why it doesn't work the first time. Who knows? I don't. So we continue. We persevere. A voice over me again. The loader is the thing that saves your ship and loads it. I mean, it's called the loader. That was pretty obvious. I decided to use my old system, right? You know, that I made for the last time I made this, because I don't have to redo everything. It's similar. I just need to add the engine thing. And I realized that I wanted to go back in time and beat my past self up because it was written horribly. It worked, you know. I just didn't understand anything. I went through the code. I understood everything after a lot of time. It's not written terribly. It's just very unorganized. Let's say that. So I finished that finally. Then I get an error message. My God, I get an error message, which is the last thing I wanted to get ever. Because I just spent 2 days going through old code, which I didn't perfectly understand, implementing it into the new game, and just the thought of having all of those 2 days gone, which is pretty normal, but like having the thought that after all of that, I, like an idiot, I had to just angry. So I sat down, I took in deep breaths, and then I looked a little closely. And I found one singular variable that was 0 instead of 1. And with a clenched fist, I started the game again. And the error message was gone. I was free. It was done. Finally. And I was so ecstatic, and I will never touch that thing again in my entire life. But that's done, so that's great. So now it works, and this is the upgraded game compared to the original. You know, you see both upgraded, original. I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of work in front of me. Thank you for watching. I think that's it. If not, I forgot something, and I will add it in later. So thank you for watching. That was my mental breakdown for the week. And I hope I will see you next week with another video about my next week's mental breakdown. There's some weird noises outside. I hope you can't hear that. See you next time. Goodbye.